everybody. I'm going to do a replay of a game I just finished playing in the Tier 4 Russian destroyer Izyaslav. I do really well in this, but I think I probably cost our team the game, and I'll show you the mistake that I made. I get surprised by it's a really nasty surprise by their Königsberg. Looking at the matchup, this is typical Tier 4 stuff now, 2 CVs on each side. It doesn't have to suck. I mean, you can look at the CVs as just a chance to get a whole bunch of damage. But you have to know how to play around them. The nerfs to CVs in the last few updates have really helped destroyer play, especially these lower tiers. Man, when the CV rework first hit, this ship was unplayable. But now it's a lot of fun. I haven't played it in a few months, and I fired it up, and I really had a good time. When I first was introduced to Izyaslav, which is now one of my favorite all-time ships, I hated it. I couldn't make it work. You have slow turret traverse. You're not particularly nimble, especially if you're really well acquainted with the US line, which I was. I had really only played US DDs. After a couple thousand games, when I didn't necessarily suck, I went back to the Izzy, and I loved it. I figured out, keeping your guns on one side, how to use all those big, powerful guns, the great range you have, this great speed you have. So what I'm doing here is I'm staying way to the outside of sea. I know there's a real problem waiting for me if I run into the Clemson early on. We've got all these planes, so I came up the side of the sea cap to avoid being detected by the planes. I see that somebody's stepping on the cap, and boom, there he is. And of course, it's Clemson. So I'm gonna run smoke here. Turn my ship, really get all my guns on this guy. He's closing in, that's great. I'm gonna get some torpedoes out there, probably good chance of slamming him with those. That's the other thing, the Izyaslav, the torpedoes they're fun, but you've got to get close to use them. They're not particularly fast, but I mean it's tier 4.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Okay, Clemmy's used one side for his torpedoes. I know he's got torpedoes on the other side if he turns around. I see that Izzy moving up on the cap. I want to use that American smoke for myself to do terrible things to the Izzy. I'm going to push on this Clemson. I know he's hurt, and let's finish him off. Now I'm going to beeline for this beautiful US smoke. And there's that other side. I was waiting for those.
Torpedoes to port.
So Izyaslav's torpedoes reload really quickly, and you can put a whole lot of them out at once, which is a lot of fun too. And that's what we're going to do with the Izzy. I'm going to take one shot, maybe catch him on fire. Ah, look at that, he's on fire. I'm going to switch to AP when I start working on this Phoenix. I know the Izzy's dead. I've got him lined up with torpedoes, so I'm not worried about him right now. The Phoenix is a real threat. And I'm chunking away on him with some AP with mixed results. AP and Tier 4 destroyers is it's not that useful. But he's broadside, and he's given us a gift, so let's take it for what it's worth.
Ship destroyed.
Ishizushi's dead. dead. Phoenix is dead. We've got the cap. Working with our Karlsruhe and the Caesar. We're going to push back down to B. AA is, of course, absolutely terrible in Tier 4 DDs. In particular, this one. I think I shot down a plane there. I should get some sort of special medal just for that.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
So we're going to push up toward B cap. We'll quickly dispose of this Den A. We're not spotted now, so I'm going to bring my guns all the way around. Put some torpedoes out there in case he pushes into me. And I'm going to avoid getting hit. I've already taken enough damage. Let these guys deal with this Den A. Easy peasy.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
That's a little gift.
Our team has taken the lead.
Alright, at this point, looking at the ships now, we've got 2 caps, we've got a ship advantage. We should really win this game. We don't, spoiler alert. Like I said, I made a little bit of a mistake, and that's going to be apparent later on. Oh, that's good. And look at that. That's Tier 4 player right there. A lead can evaporate really, really quickly. So what I want to do here is I want to push B cap, but I also want to use my range and speed to really keep that pushing that New York back, so that he doesn't become a problem for the Caesar and anyone else that we have that might want to jump into the B cap at some point. So let's get rid of this New York. Position myself between this battleship and the cap. Get my speed boost as soon as I can. There it is.
Engine boost activated.
Bring my guns all the way around. And let's go to town on this New York. Push back down to the B cap, help my Caesar out while continuing to harass this New York. I don't want to take my eyes off him for too long. I want to be able to move and react as soon as he fires on me. Which he's not. That's outstanding. I'll keep trying to dodge these rocket planes. Try to get another fire on this New York before I turn back and cap me. I figure if I get a fire on him now, that probably ends his day. RNG is doing me no favors here. Ah, oh, there we go. Finally got that fire. Let's finish off Captain B. Dodge some torpedoes. I'm gonna do a lot of torpedo dodging in this game.
Engine boost deactivated.
Okay, we're way ahead. We've got all 3 caps. Their ships are all concentrated on A cap. This should be a slam dunk. Of course, it isn't. That's low tier play. You can't complain. You know what you're getting into when you hit battle. This replay is brought to you, by the way, by Cheap White Wine. Cheap White Wine. Hey, at least it's cold. Actually, it's not that bad. For $9. Alright, well, I'm not gonna push down to the A cap where I'll just probably end up getting eaten alive by those 4 ships. Hosho's giving me a bit of a gift here. I switched to AP. I'm chunking out good damage on him. With the mechanics the way they are, with your fire only lasting 5 seconds before it's automatically put out on a CV. With this guy sitting broadside to me, it just makes more sense to sling AP at him and try to chunk damage away as quickly as I can. And you can see I'm getting pretty good alpha on him. And look at that. There's the other CV sitting behind the island. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to switch to torpedoes, get rid of this guy. Come on, torpedo tubes. Come on, come around. Here they come. And here comes the soup. I'll pull a good dodge here. Ho ho! Nice. Goodbye, Hosho.
Sunken enemy aircraft carrier. Our team has taken the lead.
Now, I'm reluctant to push up on this other carrier because it makes me a target to all those ships down in A. I don't have a lot of HP left. Keep dodging torpedoes here. Pushing hard through A, putting serious pressure on already hurt ships on our side. I really should have disregarded the Königsberg as a threat and just tried to push in and use my smoke to bring them back into A. Instead, I smoke up way too early, figuring that this game is won. Figuring that Königsberg is going to follow through and help his team push the other 2 caps. And I was wrong.
Victory is in sight.
Instead, I want to get up next to the island here so that he can't lob shells over at me. And I should have been able to tell that he was pushing back up, but I was a little preoccupied with trying to kill this Hosho. I'm going to finally eat a torpedo. I should have been ready for the Königsberg to pop around this corner. Could have had some torpedoes ready for him. But I made a big mistake. When I'm the last surface ship alive on my team, he takes me out. Had I played this a little smarter, I think we almost certainly would have won. But this is a good example of how awesome Izyaslav can be, how much fun it can be, that's for sure. how to handle dual CV play in a low tier DD, especially at the beginning of a match. How to use your opponent's smoke. And how to get lucky dodging torpedoes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you took something away from it. I know I did. Every game is a learning experience, even in low tier like this. I took a lot away from my mistake. I'm going to learn from that. I'm almost certainly going to do it again. But hopefully not too many times. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't take this one, but them's the breaks. Their Kuma's playing really well. Our CVs don't have long, and this one's a wrap. Thanks for watching, guys.